Although the long-term effects of sexual abuse of women by men have been studied and reported extensively, there has been minimal research exploring the possibility of men, especially male children, being sexually abused by women and even men. Until recently, very little attention has been paid to male victims of rape and sexual defilement. Male survivors rarely turn to the legal, medical, or mental health experts for assistance. Personal stories of male rape mirror female rape in terms of a sense of shame, humiliation, and self-blame. But males are even less likely than females to report an assault or take onto social media to share the stories. Correspondent Emmanuel Onwuka explores this silent end of sexual abuse in Rivers State. Researchers have found that at least 1 in 6 men have experienced sexual abuse or defilement in childhood or as adults. Annual report from Doctors Without Borders in Rivers State shows that 26 male survivors were treated in 2016, 30 in 2017, and 52 in 2018. However, the report did not specify the type of abuse the male survivors experienced. Most of the sexual abuses on men usually takes place at childhood, which is when they are weaker and more vulnerable than those who sexually abuse or exploit them. The abusers use their greater size, strength, and knowledge to manipulate or coerce boys into unwanted sexual experiences and staying silent. Mark, a 38-year-old father of 3, shares his experience for the first time.
When I was small, there was a girl, she was a housemate. She always asked me to assist her fetching water, and they always be late in the night. So after helping her, a couple of people have slept off. She put me inside and was doing some kind of funny things. But I saw myself being in the mood, but I don't know things of that nature. So up to the extent, I asked her to leave me alone, that I want to go and wee. She was laughing, so she would it inside. I said, wee it here. No, let me go and wee. That's my first time of experiencing such thing. But now I became adult and I say, oh, so this is what a girl of this nature was doing to me.
Mark noted that the abuse affected him psychologically and altered his personal opinion of women for a long time. He said he still experiences flashbacks from the incident.
I won't tell anybody, but anytime I'm with friends, if they are saying such thing, I will just flash back, but I will not tell them anything. It has led me to the extent of, you're not a girl of that nature, or a woman that is matured more than me, I will not even talk to you, or be in the mood.
Mark shares his experience with us under a pseudonym and an altered voice due to his fear of being stigmatized by society. Society often minimizes and even denies the seriousness and harm caused when boys are abused by older females or even adult males.
Woman cannot rape man because na woman ain't go like that, man go clamp on top of. So woman cannot rape man. So no dey possible.
It's possible because when the girl play with the boy, it's not raping, yeah. I can't call it raping because it's from play. They will continue. So it's not raping, because what I believe say raping is when you force us. Maybe the person will be crying or try to no way. For me, that's why I believe it's not raping.
It can happen. We are in the world. It can happen, but everything should not be an issue to discuss. As it happens to women, it also happens to men. All these things are not something to discuss, but it is not encouraging. It is like that since the beginning of the world.
However, a religious center in PortHarcourt, the Rivers State capital, is striving to discourage this mindset. Wisdom Osiri heads the Man Thing, a registered organization. He says explosive sexual experiences are never positive. He said fathers can help protect their sons and help them speak up.
We must engage in proper sexual education for the boys the same way we do for the girls. I believe that the strategic way to begin to raise a child is for the father to know that there is a social connection between the father and the son. So it's a place the father plays a role, and that's what I think that society needs to begin to do.
Wisdom Osiri says the organization, the Man Thing, has begun advocacy about the vulnerability of men, especially male children, and to provide them with mentorship and assistance to fight the effects of abuse.
We had the Man Thing experience. From that thing, we are amazed that the need is on ground, because the care for the boy child is also very important, or the male child is also very important. In fact, what we need to even understand more seriously is that the male child is the foundation. As the men go, so goes society. So I've decided with my team to do something. That's why we started the Man Thing experience.
However, evidence for persecution of abusers is a dicey issue, especially when the abuser is a child and the abuser is female. But Doctors Without Borders in Rivers State say there is a way. Health Promotion Officer Amaka Ndidi gives details.
What we do at the clinic is to carry out an assessment on the survivor, which is a male child. Now, I know it's very dicey getting a clear evidence or very strong evidence in the courts, but because it's a minor that is involved, and it is assumed that a minor cannot just open up and tell you a detailed information about sexual activity. As such, whatever the child is saying is being accepted. So as such, we take into account this assessment.
Popular in the forefront of the fight against sexual abuse, the International Federation of Women Lawyers in Rivers State, FIDA, say they are ready to give legal support to men and male children who have been sexually abused. A lawyer and a member of FIDA, Sophia Asholayo, said they are passionate about male abuse just as they are about females.
FIDA, like every other organization, stands against all forms of violence against persons. FIDA is willing to attend to male survivors legally if they come around. We'll be very, very eager to do that. We are waiting for them.
The Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act 2015 was passed into law to protect persons against assault. The VAP Act, as it is popularly called, is peculiar because of the sections provided within it that protects men and boys. The section provides the needed law that will enable persecutors, convicts, and try abusers of children and adult male, but the act currently applies only in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. FIDA in Rivers State say they will be better equipped to prosecute people who defy male children and those who sodomize both children and male adults if the Rivers State government domesticates Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act 2015.
The violence has not been signed into law and not yet domesticated in Rivers State. But it has gone through all the processes and the readings in the House of Assembly. So we're just waiting for the government to sign it into law so that it becomes a law in Rivers State. It protects the males. If a man is beaten and you know you have been battered or assaulted or you have been abused in any way, you can come into the VAPA. The VAPA makes provision for the protection of the male. It will help FIDA. It will help the law enforcement agencies. It will help all NGOs which are fighting against abuse and violence against people.
With everything explored, it now rests with the Rivers State House of Assembly and the Rivers State Governor to protect the rights of male adults and children. The Rivers State government here holds the key to abolish sexual abuse of men and male children in Rivers State.